Hello everyone and welcome to another Brick History. If you haven't joined this series before, welcome, but I highly suggest you go ahead and watch the 3 previous episodes detailing our LEGO Star Wars journey. Otherwise, you're going to feel a bit left out. The first one covers from 1999 to 2005, and the one before this covers from 2005 to 2008. And we are picking up at 2009, which just so happens to be the 10th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars and a very, very busy year. Just to quickly fill you back in from last video, the Clone Wars had just recently been released and a brand new sub-theme after that had come into vogue. And from this year, which was 35 sets released during 2009, most of them were from Clone Wars. So you can see a steady shift after that series caught on and people started watching it. LEGO decided to capitalize on that and start making some money from selling Clone Wars. Also, during this year, we saw the release of the first LEGO Star Wars Visual Dictionary, which I have as well, and I can say it's a pretty good book. And this book also sold over 2 million copies, which is pretty good for a piece of LEGO that is not LEGO. It did include a exclusive Luke Skywalker with Medal of Yavin minifig. I have mine somewhere, but I believe that was also re-released in another set, but I couldn't find any data on that, although I do remember seeing that somewhere on BrickLink at some point. But really cool book, and it basically just details everything from 1999 all the way up to 2009 when the book was released. All the sets and a great timeline detailing a little bit of the history of each set, and it's really an invaluable resource if you consider yourself to be a LEGO Star Wars collector. Maybe at some point I'll actually do a review on it, I'm not sure, but very cool book, highly recommend. You can find a more updated version. I believe that there was one released in 2019. So you can go ahead and buy that one. They periodically release them every once in a while to just make sure that they stay updated. But moving on, from 2009, we also saw 9 exclusive sets that were released at the San Diego Comic-Con. And these came in the sets of basically 6 minifig display cases where the minifigs were positioned up against a background of a screenshot from the movie or Clone Wars, depending on what it was coming from. And they're honestly really cool. They're in these nice display cases, and I think those are kind of cool. They're good shelf pieces, although they're obviously not play sets; they're display sets. The Comic-Con also saw 2 small sets, including a mini AT-TE, and I couldn't find any pictures of this, but I was able to confirm that it was actually released. But on Brickset and other brick tracking websites, which show the histories of things, a lot of them do not have images of this, so I'm unable to provide you with one. But you'll just have to take my word that it's a pretty cool mini AT-TE, even though I've never seen it. We also saw the release of Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, which is set number 8017, and this included Darth Vader with a light-up lightsaber, which I believe was the first light-up lightsaber that was not featured as a standalone minifig. This is kind of like the borderline between a UCS and not UCS, because it's a big set with just one minifig, kind of showing off that minifig. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got a glowing lightsaber. You can't really argue with that. We also saw the Home One Mon Calamari Star Cruiser, which when I first saw that name, I was really hoping that this was going to be a full-sized Star Cruiser, like a big set. Unfortunately, it's a little bit smaller than that. It's just basically a docking bay. It's more of a play set than like a big display set. But it does include a small A-wing and 6 minifigures, a Rebel pilot A-wing, a Admiral Akbar, who is the captain of the Rebel forces that you see in Episode 4. His line is, "It's a trap." It's a trap! I'm sure that everyone is aware of that meme. There's also a Mon Calamari officer, Mon Mothma, Kree Medine, who is in her dark tan hips version here, as well as Lando Calrissian. And once again, this was set number 7754. Pretty cool. Comes with a little A-wing, so you're getting your money's worth for it. Next up is the Battle of Endor, set 8038, which is another one that I have as well. And this comes with a whopping 12 minifigs, including multicolor Ewoks. Up until this point, I believe the Ewoks had only been released in monocolor, but now they're doing the multicasting where, you know, there's multiple colors on the pieces. Also included are Scout Troopers, Chewbacca, Han Solo, Imperial Troopers, R2-D2, Princess Leia in her Endor outfit, Chief Chirpa, Wicket, Paplo, Endor Rebel, and another Endor Rebel. It also includes a walker, 2 speeders, a catapult, a flyer, and a bunker. The flyer being basically something that you can put the Ewoks on to fly around. Pretty cool. I have no idea where my copy of this set is, but I used to have it in display on my room. So if you are a display set collector like myself, rest assured that this is actually a pretty cool set, even though it has a lot of parts that are separated from the main base. But they come with those clear mounts, like the clear Lego pieces that you can stick flying things on. So I find those to be cool, and to make a lot more of the sets that are like a mix between a play and a display set to lean more towards the display set size. After this, we have a release of a Venator-class Star Destroyer, set number 8039. This is a super cool set, and one that I've wanted for quite a while, but I've never gotten around to buying it, just because it's a pretty decent size, and I don't really have any place to put it right now. But it does include 5 minifigs, a clone pilot in the Clone Wars style, clone gunner also in that style, Chancellor Palpatine, and a Senate Commando. This set is, well, like a lot of Clone Wars sets, is going to be in the Clone Wars style. So there's the normal Star Wars minifigs, which are in the traditional Lego style, and then there's the Clone Wars ones where their faces are printed to be more animated looking. So just do be aware of that a lot of the Clone Wars sets are styled differently. If you are looking for the original minifig, then you do not want to look in these sets. We also saw a UCS set, the UCS Tantive 4. I believe I said Tantive 5 in a previous episode. I apologize for that. I swear I know what I'm talking about. But this is set number 10198 and includes 5 minifigs. 3PO in his Pearl Gold version, Princess Leia, Rebel Fleet Trooper, R2-D2, and Captain Antilles. Is it Captain Antilles or Captain Antilles? Because it's a double L. You know, it's probably Antilles. I'm not going to worry about it. But this is our first UCS set of the year. And I believe that it's actually the only UCS set of the year, which is odd because usually there are 2 UCS sets released per year. We also have a Republic dropship with AT-OT. So basically this set's really cool because you have a gunship which clips onto a walker. Troop transport is really what it is, an open top troop transport. So that I had this set when I was young, and I used to get a lot of fun out of it because, you know, you could swoop down over the battlefield and drop off the walker, which is pretty cool and never gets old. I'm a kid at heart. Anyway, this includes 8 minifigs, 2 clone pilots, and 6 clone troopers. So not a huge amount of diversity here, but you do get a lot of the Clone Wars styled clone troopers. There were 8 polybags released in 2009, 3 of which were part of the Brickmaster subscription. The Republic Attack Cruiser, which is number 20007, and Republic Gunship number 20010, and the AT-TE Walker 20009. I hope that those were the right amount of zeros. Should have been 3, 2, and 3, so hopefully. There was also a random raffle called the Chrome Darth Vader. So much like the gold C-3PO from last video, this was randomly put into different sets, which included a Darth Vader. Basically the only difference here was actually that the paint was shiny. So it's not actually a chrome version, unlike the gold C-3PO. It just has a little bit of more shine in it, but it was randomly put into 10,000 Lego Star Wars sets. Just like last time, I will have a little text box next to the screen showing all of the other sets that were released this year. I don't want to go over them all because we're getting into the years where there are sets in the numbers of 20 or 30, with 35 being released in 2009. So I'm not going to read them all off. Moving on to 2010, I would like to give a quick synopsis because we are now halfway to now. Well, if you're watching this in 2020, we're halfway to now. So up until 2010, 270 unique minifigs and 210 sets had been released by this point. So just keep that scale in mind. There have been a lot of LEGO Star Wars sets, and every year more and more seem to be coming out. So, wow. And alone in 2010, there were 26 sets released, 7 of which were Clone Wars, including a release of the Clone Turbo Tank, 8098, with a light-up version of Mace Windu's lightsaber. So that's pretty similar to Darth Vader's set from last year. This set also included 6 minifigs: Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, the Clone Trooper with rangefinder, Ayla Secura, Cad Bane, and the Clone Commander. I believe that this is one of the few sets where you can find Cad Bane, a pretty cool character from Clone Wars. So if you're interested in collecting him, well, obviously you can buy him on BrickLink separately, but if you want the whole set, this is one of the few sets that he comes in. Now, we also saw the release of Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter, which is set number 8093, and this includes 2 minifigs, R7, D4, and Plo Koon. This is one of very few Plo Koon releases. So if you're interested in that fig, once again, great set here to find him in. Next up, I have General Grievous's Starfighter, set number 8095. And this is another re-release. One was also released last year. This seems to be one that is actually re-released pretty often. I'm not sure why, whether it's in high demand or low demand. I'm not sure. And this includes 4 minifigs: EVA4D, which is a unique droid type, Nadar Veb, and General Grievous with bent legs. This is also one of the releases of the newer form of General Grievous rather than just the white version previously. This one is tan and black. 2010 was also the 30th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, with the movie having come out 30 years before this. This was celebrated with 5 normal sets and 2 battle packs, as well as a white Boba Fett fig, which was released at Star Wars Celebration 5. It's basically just a Boba Fett, except it's white. I kind of wonder where they get the ideas for some of these, because I can just imagine they're all sitting in a meeting room trying to figure out what they want to do, and some guy just says white Boba Fett, and the other guys are just like, sure, why not? Because they don't really know what else to do. Anyway, the Rebel Trooper Battle Pack, set number 8083, includes 4 minifigs: the Hoth Officer, 2 Hoth Rebel Troopers, and Zev Seneska. This is one of the only releases, if not the only release, with Zev Seneska. The second battle pack was the Snowtrooper Battle Pack, set number 8084, another sequential, and it includes 4 minifigs, 2 Snowtroopers, an Imperial Officer Commander, who is only released in this set, and the AT-AT driver. We also saw a re-release, the third re-release, of Boba Fett Slave 1, set number 8097. It's the largest, 573 pieces, at least up to this date, and it includes 4 minifigs: Han Solo, Boba Fett with Pauldron, which is only released in this set, and I think the coolest version of Boba Fett, Bossk, Han Solo in Carbonite. This was also the first release of Han Solo in Carbonite's new 3D model. The model previous to this was just the black 2x1 talls that had his image printed on the front, but this one is now a full 3D model. And in my opinion, it looks like he's having a bit too much fun for being frozen in Carbonite, but I guess that's just how Legos look. After that, we have the AT-AT Walker, number 8129. This is another re-release, and it includes a whopping 8 minifigs, 2 Snowtroopers, C-3PO, an AT-AT driver, General Maximilian, which is exclusive to this set, Han Solo, Hoth Rebel Trooper, and Luke Skywalker. Next up is the TIE Defender, which is an expanded universe release, and you know how much I love those. So this includes 2 minifigs, the Stormtrooper, and the TIE Defender pilot. Also released in this year were 2 Star Wars Cube Dudes, which are kind of like brick heads, but also not at all like brick heads. You can see the image here. I think they're pretty cool. They were released at Star Wars Celebration, I believe, Star Wars Celebration 5. So you can probably find them on BrickLink, or I would recommend that you just find instructions, because they're probably going to be quite pricey, just like all Celebration sets. After this, we have our 2 UCS releases for the year back on schedule. The UCS Imperial Shuttle, set 10212, which includes 5 minifigs, a Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, the Imperial Officer, an Imperial Pilot, as well as the UCS Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, set number 10215, which is not minifig scale, but it does come with a display stand and stat sheet. I think these sets are very cool, even though I don't happen to own one myself. I have watched the A-Wing, which I believe is the most recent data sheet set, UCS one. I'm not sure if it's still available, but that is one that I would like to purchase. And I will go ahead and put the sets from 2010 onto the side of the screen. And I would like to thank you for joining me in what I expected to be a short video, but is actually now over 15 minutes. So we will go ahead and cut here. I was told my last video was a bit too long, so we'll stop at 15 minutes. Well, 16 minutes and 41 seconds, at least according to this uncut. But I hope to see you all in our streams, which occur every Saturday, in our Discord, which you can check for description down below. You can also check out our Patreon if you're interested in supporting the channel. We really couldn't make these kinds of videos without you guys. We love doing them, and a great way to show your support is to check out that Patreon or check out our store if you're interested in purchasing any of the things that I have said here that we happen to have in stock. I would love to see you all in the comment section down below. Please comment Frosted Flakes if you watched this entire thing. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.